In the early 1990s, around 1993, police in a small town in Ohio began receiving strange reports about a woman who appeared alone in the middle of the night near an abandoned parking lot close to the old highway. These reports had nothing to do with crime or violence. Instead, they described something no one could truly explain. Witnesses spoke of a tall, extremely thin woman who moved in a way that resembled dancing, yet there was no music, no rhythm, just slow, twisted motions, as if she were following a silent melody only she could hear. They said her movements were unnatural, like someone whose bones were broken but still trying to move. She wore a long dark dress, her hair hanging over most of her face, and the strangest part was that she would stop dancing the moment she sensed someone watching her. Then she would slowly turn her head toward the observer, as if she knew that anyone who saw her was not supposed to. The first person to report her was a man driving home from work after midnight. He said he passed by the abandoned lot and heard the faint tapping sound of heels on the pavement. When he turned, he saw the woman shaking slightly before she began her eerie dance, her limbs bending in unsettling angles. The man admitted that he froze in fear, and when she noticed him, she suddenly stopped, bent her body backward at an impossible angle, and stared at him. He ran and never returned to that road again. But his report was only the beginning. Over the next 3 months, more than 11 people described the exact same woman in the exact same place, always after midnight. They all said she moved like she wasn't fully human, that she would follow anyone who stepped too close, her steps slow, steady, and spine-chilling. Police tried to find her multiple times, but each time they arrived, the place was empty except for a few faint footprints in the dirt. At that time, no one called her Sabrina. Locals simply referred to her as the dancer or the Black Lady. Nobody knew who she was or where she came from. But later that year, something happened that deepened the mystery. A young man disappeared while driving along that same road at night. His car was found the next morning with the door open, lights still on, but he was gone without a trace. Some residents connected the disappearance to the dancing woman. Others called it a coincidence, but the legend had already begun to grow. Years passed, and in 2005, a low-quality video began circulating online. It showed a woman dancing alone in a dimly lit street, moving in that same bizarre, twisted way described in the 1993 reports. The video was grainy, hard to analyze, but it reignited the old fear. People started wondering, was this the same woman? Was she still appearing? How could she move like that? Why always at night? Then in 2015, everything changed. A post appeared on Reddit titled, "I saw Sabrina last night." This was the first time the name Sabrina appeared. The writer claimed he chose the name because telling the story without naming her felt unbearable. He described her exactly as previous witnesses had. Tall, thin, dark dress, long hair hiding her face. Movements like her bones were bending the wrong way. He said she stopped abruptly when she realized he was watching her, then began to slide toward him without moving her legs, as if gliding across the ground. The post went viral instantly, gathering thousands of comments, stories, and theories from people claiming to have seen a similar figure. From that moment on, the internet embraced the name Sabrina, the dancing woman. But the truth, as later investigations revealed, is that Sabrina is not a real, identifiable person. There is no official record of a woman with that name disappearing or being seen dancing like that. The legend is a mix of three things: the real woman reported in 1993, the strange video from 2005, and the viral Reddit post from 2015 that gave her a name and a personality. Was the original woman just a homeless person suffering from mental illness? Possibly. Was she someone with a neurological condition that made her movements appear broken or unnatural? Also possible. But what terrified people was not simply her presence, it was her behavior. She always appeared in empty places, always after midnight, always dancing until someone looked at her, and then she would stop, as if their attention was exactly what she waited for. Even today, some people swear they have seen a woman dancing alone in empty lots, abandoned streets, or near old roads at night, moving as though she is searching for something or someone. Whether these sightings are coincidences, illusions, or the power of suggestion created by the legend, no one knows. What is certain is that Sabrina, whether real or born from imagination, has become one of the most chilling urban legends of the internet age. And every person who talks about her claims to feel the same unsettling sensation, like something is watching them quietly from a distance, something that dances in the dark and waits for someone to notice.